This video is sponsored by Bityard. With over 400 cryptocurrencies to choose from on their spot exchange, dozens of USDT pairs for futures trading, perpetual coin futures, trade commodities like gold, silver and oil, Forex, and major indices like Nasdaq. You can buy crypto from Bityard with over 50 different fiat currencies using Visa, MasterCard, Google or Apple Pay. If you like, you can use their copy trade facility, follow other traders who will execute trades on your behalf, or become a copy trader yourself. So if you want a bit of that, click the link in the description. Hello everybody, welcome back. So we're going to look at BEPRO, seems to be flavour of the month right now, and I made a video about it about 8 days ago with a collection of some of these other shit coins that I believe are going to yield decent returns, you know, from significant lows. And since then it's done pretty well. Effectively it was already started an uptrend at that point 8 days ago. It was just reclaimed this zone here and come down to a support, so it was doing pretty well already. So and BEPRO often leads the charge, I've noticed, when it comes to shit coins, which is good because it means that I believe that the next on the list are going to be things like VRA and potentially OMI, Uno as well. So we're gonna see, I believe we're gonna see some upside for a lot of these shit coins on KuCoin. So there's definitely opportunity on these KuCoin gems, which now look at the moment like KuCoin turds, but that's where the opportunities lie. Which is why I think, you know, other than making that video 8 days ago, I did make a video a couple of months ago on BEPRO specifically, even with a picture of me looking absolutely shocked. I don't do that sort of thing normally. I did another one over here just to see if it actually worked. You know, I hear if you put a picture of you doing like a stupid, can't believe my eyes kind of face, then they get watched a little bit more. They don't really, to be honest with you, don't really. Or it might just be my channel, to be honest with you. It struggles at the best of time. But 2 months ago, I made a call saying that we've come down to a historical level of support. You can watch that if you want, but basically all it was saying, look, in the past we came down and double bottomed around here. This was the absolute low, about 0.0023%. As we came down to that level again, I thought, I'll tell you what, I'm going to make another video on this, because this is where the opportunities lie on things like this. You got to stick your neck out sometimes to make some serious gains. And from there to where we are right now, 200%. It's already yielded from the bottom to the top, 262%. Like I say, I made a dedicated video on BEPRO with a picture of my face going, "Bro, I can't believe what I'm seeing," for all to see. And so far it's yielded quite well, and I've taken profit on it once, taking my investment out plus profit. I'm looking to take more profit out if it can just move a little higher to this level here, about 0.008. If we can just do that, that would be great. But that might have been front run. It was my idea to try and front run the top of the weekly Bollinger Band, but it looks like maybe that's already been front run by others, and they've front run me. I was looking to front run this area, and that could have already been done. Now, looking at this now, we are in a giant consolidation still. So this is the formation that we're in. A descending triangle like this is a consolidation. We're still consolidating from the last big move up. The previous move we can't really take seriously because it was major FOMO driven by Reddit groups and stuff like that. But if we think about this on a chart basis, okay, so we're still consolidating, that's fine. This is a nice big move. We could easily come back up to the top to just short of a cent, which is where the descending channel is at the moment. The descending trend line, effectively the resistance, is just short of a cent. Momentum's still gathering, and RSI is still looking good, and also the money flow index is at below 60, which is not in any way overheated. If we think about where we have been in the past on this, you know, we find pops outside of this level on the weekly, 84, and this one was basically 100, which is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So in the long term, I actually do favour the idea of this breaking out of this channel. But for those who want to know, you know, want to buy BEPRO, I'll probably say just calm down for the minute. Something like this carries enormous risk and enormous reward, but it's all going to be relative to your entry point. Like I say, my entry point was basically the absolute ground floor, and so obviously it's okay for me to sit back and relax and enjoy the gains on this one. I'm not under any illusion that we're still consolidating, and we should expect the consolidation to continue until broken out, and we're not broken out of it yet. So if anyone really wanted to get in on BEPRO, I'd say probably just chill out and leave it. There are other opportunities out there for coins like this that could move significantly hard. Not saying that this isn't a good entry point in the long term, but right now, based on a TA perspective, It's not at all. If we think about the way that this 200 exponential looks like it wants to move, and that obviously would we'll see other moving averages shoot straight up above here. If this is the trajectory that we continue, then we'd be looking for either a breakout on the 10 exponential, maybe a breakout on the 200, on the 20, or even better, a breakout on the 200. So I am favoring the idea of this having a breakout of this consolidation, but until we've broken out of it, it's still consolidating. So effectively, if you did buy now, you'd be buying effectively, potentially, maybe even the top or close to the top before what could be a rejection and another rejection and another rejection and then back down to square one. This is why I feel like, as much as I got a really good entry on this one, it would be irresponsible to hold on to all of it and not take profit. It would be kind of silly, really. You kind of have to at least take your investment out and make a little bit of profit before leaving any altcoin of this stature to ride, right? Although, like I say, we've determined that the weekly does offer further upside and could easily drive this out of this consolidation, and that's where the real fun begins. Again, for people like me and for those lucky 700 that saw that video when we came down to the bottom. So it was more of a warning video, really, with a bit of hopium added on top, a little bit of sprinkling of hopium on top. Again, you know, when something becomes fashionable and flavor of the month and everybody wants it, because it's going up massively, that's good for us who buy these significant lows. But it's not necessarily good for them. People like to FOMO, people who don't know how to trade or are unwilling to learn or incapable of doing it, really. They FOMO into things, and that's good for us because basically when they buy, it's money in our pocket. But it's generally not a good thing for anyone to do, is to FOMO into anything. The grand picture is one of consolidation, and that's what we have to accept. Still in a consolidation pattern, so all of this is possible. You know, that could easily happen, and so recognize that before making any silly decisions, really, on buying BEPRO. We bought BEPRO at the bottom. Don't buy it at the top. All right. Even buying at the bottom in a consolidation like this can be dangerous, and we've been caught out in that, doing that in the past. But on this occasion, I felt like it was too good to not do, and that's why we did it. But generally, even buying down here, it is very risky, because you're buying the bottom of still a consolidation. There's nothing to suggest that this is the low. If we put this on log scale and take all these other indicators off, so we can have a good look at it, you can see that actually this is only a little pit stop area. We could come down significantly lower if this broke down. So even at this level, it was serious risk. So you can understand that this level is massive risk. So yeah. Anyway, I thought I'd bring it to your attention because, like I say, everyone's DMing me about BEPRO at the moment, and I'm not saying that I'm not here to say what to buy or when to buy it. These are just my trades, and it's all what I'm doing, so it's not for you to copy me, but it's for you to understand what it is that I'm doing, and for me to put it out there to say why I'm doing it. But because I'm getting a lot of DMs about BEPRO at the moment, I thought I'd put this out there, as a visual cue so you could recognize that this is still massively a consolidation, and you'd be FOMOing at this level. Not to say that you can't make more in the long run on this one, but right now, no. Leave it alone, let it come down, be patient is the main thing, and just leave it to ride. Do a quick finish off with Bitcoin, because we understand that Bitcoin is going to tell us which way the general market's going to go, in the hope that that Bitcoin doesn't break down. For the moment, we've come down to the 10 exponential once again, so a big move up last week to the 200 simple moving average, support on the 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and each day that 10 gets tagged, it gets a little higher and a little higher. Now there could be a nice reaction from here, because sentiment seems relatively good right now. People don't want to miss out on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin could move, and it could continue to go up and move up towards that 48 to maybe even $52,000 zone, which would be great. If it does break down from the 10 exponential, the obvious place is going to be between the 200 and the 20 or the 21, which will keep us above that $44,000 zone, which used to be a resistance box. We'll call it a support box, but I suppose more along the fact that it's a warning box. If we start to close below 44,000, that would offer serious moves all the way back down towards 40 and maybe the upper 30s, and then we'll see where we go from there, because it might appear like a failed breakout. But as it looks right now, although momentum looks like it's shifting a little further to the down, and it wouldn't surprise me if we did test down to those lower zones, just above 44 or 44 exactly, if that happens, I think that would be a buying opportunity, maybe even one for a long for those of you who are futures and derivatives fond of that sort of thing. I'm not trying to push that on anybody, but that's what I would watch that area closely, because it is make or break. And then bounce from there, and the RSI suggests that as well. We've got a consistent uptrend here, and we'll be looking, I suppose, for a retest of this, which again would suggest a bounce on the RSI in line with price action, and it would be looking, I think it would be looking pretty good. We're not particularly overheated anymore. I mean, we're quite hot on the money flow index, but we're not how we were back about a week ago, and I was saying, look, just be careful around this level, coming up to this exact zone here with the money flow index read of what was it, 90, which again isn't massive for crypto, but it's, you know, historically, we go back in time, there was only 8 occasions in the last 4 years where we were that high, so it looked like it was going to mark a temporary top, and so far it has. So it's been working out quite well. All these not all of them, I mean, some of them have been pretty crappy trades, but most of these trades that we've been doing recently have worked out quite well. And the general vibe of Bitcoin as well has worked out quite well, and the overall uptrend for Bitcoin is still very much in play, with the conversion baseline cross with the Ichimoku cloud suggesting continuation from this level. So I do favour further upside, but it could, you know, we could dump in it or just pull back to the centre of the Bollinger Band prior to doing that, and if that was the case, we'd be looking for a pullback of very small, really, you know, between 3 and 4%, which is nothing, and before another bounce, and then continuation thereafter. So things are looking good, I would say, but invalidation for all charts would begin if Bitcoin starts to close daily candle bodies below 44,000. So just be aware of all of that. But at the moment, looks like the party is still in full swing, and all we're doing now is just queuing up to the toilet at that party. Once we've done our dump, then we can get back out onto the dance floor and carry on. Right, I'll leave it with you there, guys. Thank you for watching. Join the Telegram, it's free. There's a Patreon as well if you want to join the live streams. Other than that, just have a nice day. Take it easy.
Pas en pite.